I'm gonna get my damn. Is it moving? Am I froze or what? Okay. I need to put one of these over here. And we're alive. My shit's still loading. You on your what you on? I don't know why I ain't doing this. It's always some shit. I forgot right now. can send it this way. Ugh. Kozo, is I'm lagging? Is my video lagging? Ugh. What's good? What's good? Let me know if my video lagging. I don't know. Everybody on the internet in here. Oh, I muted it. Okay, I had muted it. Okay, as long as it's not lagging. See, it looked like it was on my end over here. Okay. And once again, I don't never get all my credentials. When I'm going live, I swear to God, I can't see everything on here. This shit is weird. Okay. Good. I definitely, y'all, we got some deep talking to do today, okay? It's gonna be fun, informative. If y'all hear the kids, they back there, okay? They playing the game. So y'all gonna probably hear them screaming. Lord. Spring break has started, okay? So, even though the kids out of school now, but if y'all hear them, they back there playing the game. We'll wait on a few more people to join us for what if I could see, because they're not showing me everybody on here. If anybody popping up. Good, I can see everybody comments though, if anybody comments. Matter of fact, while we on here too, I'm gonna do a poll. All right, I'm gonna do a poll on the name. Hold up. That I want to call y'all. Okay, that y'all, do y'all want to be called the Glitches or you want to be called the Seers? Okay, that's the two names that I got. Y'all want to be the Glitch Gang or the Seer Gang? And if you have not subscribed to me yet, okay, please do. All right? Because I got some more stuff coming up. And I got the options down here for y'all to choose. I'm going to set the voting for 5 minutes, I guess. They should have gave me more than that through like the whole live, but so if y'all want to vote down there, there's the options to vote whatever name that y'all like better. And that's what I'm going to call y'all. I'm going to have some things, some little merch as well to go along with that y'all can be able to get as well. Oh, for some reason, my lighter. All right, I should have waited on this vote. I'll probably redo it again. So everybody can really just vote in it. I don't know how long it's gonna stay up. It's doing a countdown now. But yeah, whatever name y'all like, go ahead and take your votes. If the thing it ends, I'll do it again towards the end of the live, because it's only giving me 5 minutes to have this poll up. But yeah, y'all, we're gonna be talking about this the neglectful thoughts, okay? And to be honest, we all have neglectful thoughts there's different forms of neglect, okay? We're going to get down to a few of them, quite a few of them. And I actually want to set the tone with, you know, a lot of things has been popping up in social media that we've been seeing, of course, being televised on social media with this neglectful trend that's happening in a lot of households lately, especially dealing with single mothers. So that's going to be part of our life. But we're going to take a deep dive on these neglectful thoughts. And I'm going to go ahead and spill some tea dealing with myself. Because I'm always keep it 100. You know, we all go through these times, you know, and I'm going to just, you know, I'm going to dive into all of that too. But sometimes, you know, neglectful thoughts comes from a root of neglect, okay? And that neglect, like I said, can be many forms. It doesn't have to necessarily be the format of, you know, not being taken care of, you know, as we see it all the time, all right, with these parents and stuff neglecting their children. But there's so many levels to neglect, right? And this is really heavy in our community today. So I definitely want to take a deep dive with it with y'all. Hey, sis. Okay, we got to give them the message. We got to give them a solution, okay? I have neglectful thoughts at times, all right? Be honest. What's goody, sis? Yes, I'm back. We are back. We are back, all right? Oh, there's a toll going on, too. If y'all want to be caught, the Glitch Gang or the Seer Gang, you can, you know, do the toll at the bottom. But I'm going to also do it again at the end because it's only giving me 5 minutes to have it up. So if you want to go ahead and put your poll in for that, okay? Because, you know, y'all are my babes. Y'all my family. You know what I'm saying? So I got some shit I'm working on with y'all. I mean, with this. So I definitely want y'all to be able to be involved in everything that I do. All right? So, and help me help you. All right? But yeah, y'all want to be called Glitch? Okay? The Glitch Gang or the Seer Gang? Okay? The poll is at the bottom. And you can, you know, pick either one. All right? And whatever one we get the most votes on, that's what we gonna be called, okay? All right? Unless somebody come up with another name in the box. But those are the two options we got, okay? But yeah, I have neglect thoughts, okay? And that's just me being honest. You know, especially when it deals with a family unit, all right? My neglect comes from perfection. And I've said this before. I swear to God, I hold this a lot, okay? Like, everything has to be perfect for me. That's a form of neglect. If you're not, you know, if you don't know that. That is a form of neglect, all right? And I'm going to deep dive into that. Thank you, sis, for the stars. I appreciate that, babe. Mwah! All right? So, you know, I can understand the neglectful thoughts, and I can also kind of understand, well, I can't understand this neglectful trend that's taking its course, okay, nowadays, okay? It's ugly, it's sad, and it's very detrimental, all right, to the new generations that's coming up, all right? So this is going, you know, we might think that we don't carry a lot of neglect, but we do. And like I said, it comes in many forms. I have neglectful thoughts when it comes to perfection. Everything has to be perfect in my home. That's me. I'm still working on it, y'all, okay? Everything has to be perfect. People who know me know, okay? It ain't at the bottom, sis. Let me see. Let me check on my page and see how it pulls up on your end. Let me move this out the way. Let me tap this live and see, because I put it on there. If it's not popping up, just put your vote in the chat, and we'll do it that way. But I could have sworn I said it. I don't know how. I thought maybe it would be at the bottom of the screen for y'all to select, choose the poll. But if y'all don't see it, just put it in the chat, and I'll check it that way. All right. You either want to be, y'all want like the name the Glitch Gang or the Seer Gang. All right, and we gonna roll with whatever one. Right. And I got some merch to go with it. We gonna put out some merch for us, okay? And like I said, if you're a subscriber, please subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Because baby, we doing it over here, okay? The choices is Glitch and Seer, S-E-E-R. All right, like Seer, okay? So yeah, Seer, yeah, that's right, me. I should have just put it at the bottom. They're giving me only 5 minutes for it to last. It probably don't drop off. That's probably why you can't see it, because they only gave me 5 minutes to have it up. So we could just put it in the chat. But I'm gonna re-reel it back in. No, not Seers of the Glitch. Seers or Glitch. Yeah, if you put Seers or Glitch, I pin it. That way people can choose from either one, and I check the chat, and we'll go from there. Because they only let me have the poll for 5 minutes, so it's probably already gone. Because I done been on here for about 5 minutes already. But yeah. Oh, you were suggesting. Oh, okay. Seers of the Glitch. Okay, I was wondering what you saying. Is that what I was saying? Okay. Okay, sis says Seers sounds good. All right, whatever one y'all choose. I mean, whatever. I'm gonna tally it up, and we gonna go from there. Hell, and we might, if we get a tie, we probably do the Seers of the Glitch. Okay, but I gotta have my little saying for y'all. Okay. But yeah, back to what I was saying. I have a perfectionism neglect problem. Everything has to be perfect for me. You know what I'm saying? Even when it comes to my household, like those who really know me, be around me, they know like I like my stuff to be set. I don't like things to be out of order. It also plays into OCD, which I'm gonna get into that too on down. But everything has to be perfect for me. Even when I do events, even when I go live, the tone has to be perfect. And I didn't know that was a form of neglect. All right? But that was what was pushed on me or groomed into me as a child. You know what I'm saying? And it has its perks, but it also can be draining as fuck, right? So when things are not meeting that standard of professionalism for me in my household, whether it's from my kids, my husband, or even just with myself, I feel very misunderstood, not listened to, unheard. I don't feel validated, right? So that makes me feel neglectful, like I'm being neglectful, right? All right? So sometimes I don't be wanting to be around, even my kids sometimes, right? It could be, some things can be too much. And that's normal behavior for anybody. But the things that's taking its course with this neglectful thoughts, have us being in these neglectful thoughts, and nowadays they're playing out in neglectful trends. Like it's an everyday thing now that we're seeing things of kids being neglected and their parents are like, just walking away, okay? Leaving them in a fucked up situation, period, right? Well, I want to will it back to the root of the neglectful trend, okay? If you look up neglect and you find the origin for it, right? That neglect means not to cross or not to check or either, to pick up, all right? But it's also things that we can collect as we go, all right? It can be become a disregard, all right, or a disconnect within ourselves. Okay. So nowadays, like I said, there are women, single parents. It's been like back to back. I know y'all heard of these top stories with the children dying in the van, or the parent that left her kids at home for 5 years, and the house was okay. It was very trashed. Okay, they lived in filth. Or the woman that left her 2-year-old, at home, and she's staying with a whole nother dude. Okay, and leaving the child to defend for herself. Neglect. Okay. All right. And these thoughts are very destructive. Okay. And there's ways that we can handle these neglectful thoughts that can create a positive impact. Okay. You have to face them head on. All right. You cannot ignore these neglectful thoughts. Like I said, I'm going to get into the situation of all of these neglects. And it's just not dealing with not being taken care of, okay? But it also, what's good, sis? What's good with you? It also goes back to, how could you take care of someone if you're not taking care of self, okay? If you have been in these neglectful thoughts and they are neglecting you in such a way where it's starting to pan out into your reality, okay? Then, okay, you don't got too deep into this attachment of neglect, okay? We have came into a generation, or I'm going to say a generation where neglect is like normal behavior, okay? Okay? And it's not, okay? It's not at all. All right, let me get down to the milk and honey, as my bro would say. Okay, where am I at? Let me get out of here, because I don't know why I'm going all the way back. All right. Now, a lot of these are neglectful thoughts ponder on our emotions. It goes neck and neck with that, okay? It goes neck and neck with that, okay? All right? The signs that you probably were faced with neglectful thoughts, right? And let's just be honest. Like I say, sometimes I don't even want to be around my kids. I be ready to leave. Honestly. All right? And I'm not sugarcoating it. I mean, I love being a mother. I love having children. I love being able to have something that is made from me. Okay? All right? Right, sis, you definitely got to acknowledge it. You got to acknowledge it. You have to face it. You have to reflect on these thoughts, all right? Because that is a part that is really, destroying this new generation. And it's pushing the same generational thoughts that we can will the fuck out, all right? So, sometimes I don't be wanting to be bothered. I be ready to walk away. There's been times I have left, okay? And I have to take a moment with myself, all right, reflect, wig out a lot of these thoughts, all right, without making rational decisions, okay? Because when you become a parent, or when you become just a part of society, of course we have to think for ourselves, okay? But you also have to be aware of everything else that you are attached to, okay? All right? Right, sis, that is all of us, and we all need a time. And I think a lot of mothers, or just people in general, but, me as a mom, I think that's a hard topic to talk about, because we want to be looked at as a perfect parent. And that's okay. But being a perfect parent is very neglectful. All right? We all have our flaws, and we have to motion through it in a different way with different solutions, right? Is that because your spirit or your soul calling out for you just a little isolation time? That is true. That's right. That is right. Because when you have these neglectful thoughts and you start to ponder on them and then you start to kind of move in that motion, that is actually a sign. Okay? That is actually a sign that you need to reflect on the issues, the internal neglectful issue or thought that you're motioning into, right? And you have to take the time, which is an isolation period, to yourself, all right, to readjust, to regenerate, all right, and, reflect on these emotions, because we don't want this energy to be in our motion, okay? I mean, it's logic. You don't want it to be there, okay? That's been for me the last few months, not want to be bothered. Right. I mean, we have to take the time for ourselves. And I think a lot of these mothers who are neglecting their children in this trend, like I say, because it's become a trend. All right? I believe a lot of these mothers who are doing this, they don't have, okay, those moments or that time to take from themselves, right? So they end up making these rational decisions which cause them to be neglectful, all right? In a physical aspect, okay? That's why it's important to always have you a group, a circle, or a village, okay? So you can have these times for yourself, even if you don't, because I most likely don't have it all the time. I have my little girl, my kids all the time, okay? Especially my little one, okay? Now she a handful, okay? So I have her all the time. And sometimes I can't get away from that. So like I said, I might take a walk, or I might go to my room, shut my door, okay? And just take that time for myself, because I don't want to make a rational decision where I'm being neglectful not only to myself, but to the children that I brought out into this world, okay? So you have to take you have to take that time for yourself, all right? Now, these are signs of emotional neglect, which is really heavy and which is what's playing out in this motion nowadays, okay? That's why we're seeing a lot of parents neglecting their children. This is what is taking place, all right? It has to be willed out, but it also has to be reflected on, okay? When one's feelings is repeatedly being minimized, dismissed, or ignored, okay? Being mocked, teased, or criticized, okay? Especially when we're being vulnerable, all right? Being held to an unrelenting standards, okay? Even during hardships. That's me. All right? When I was growing up, you're the oldest. You know better, okay? And even though my parents, grandparents didn't understand that, I didn't either at the time, but now I do understand that that's a form of a neglectful action, okay? Because you have to be the one that's always the image, okay? You know better, okay? So that puts you on this pedestal, all right? Okay? Yes, sis. So you're being put on this pedestal, all right? And you have to be this image, okay? You have to be the one that knows better, that do better, okay? And there's a thin line in that, okay? All right? Because then you become to be neglectful to yourself, because you're feeding this image and you're feeding this energy that everybody expects you to be. All right? So we can be held at a certain standard, all right, by parents or society, okay? We sometimes are expected to tolerate unfair treatment or disrespect without complaint. I definitely do. I have to be the bigger person all the fucking time. Just by me being the oldest the oldest daughter, the oldest niece, the oldest cousin, baby. All right? That has always been willed in me all the time. Like, you know, you can't be doing. It's always been instilled in me. All right, that I have to I have to be tolerant. I have to tolerate all the bullshit. I have to be the bigger person all the time. All right. Okay. This is a powerful awareness for me, having 4 daughters who have kids. I need to watch my grandkids more to give my daughters some free time to release the bottle up tension. Exactly. All right? Exactly. And to go with that, sis, I'm gonna give y'all a little story time before we finish these signs. My mother, okay, and I think a lot of mothers can understand, can relate. All right? Especially if you was a mother in the 80s. All right? My mother was a young mother. Okay? At 14. All right? She was a kid. She had to learn to be a mother. It took years to master that. All right? She had to learn to be a mother. All right? So we went through a lot of neglectful thoughts that my mother had already had embodied inside of her. Okay? From her before being a mother and becoming a mother. Okay? Now, is it by intention? No, it's not. Okay? It's not by intention, but it's definitely a default that a lot of us families go through because there's a lot of young mothers or kids being mothers. All right? So we go through a lot of neglectful situations, emotionally, physically, spiritually, all right? And mentally. Okay? And even new mothers today are going to have neglectful thoughts. Okay? But once you begin to master your mind and these thoughts, okay, that will of neglect becomes non-existence to you, okay? Because then we know better, we do better, right? We know we know the solutions on how to navigate these neglectful thoughts, right? And how to deal with it nowadays a lot more. So my mom was a young mother, okay? She was a child, okay? So I went through a lot of neglect with my mother. My mama was not a bad mother because she made sure we had everything. She worked 2 jobs, whatever she needed to do to make sure all 4 of her children got everything they needed, right? Okay? Pieces. All right? But she was a young mother. So I went through a lot of neglect and I went through a lot of expectations on my end as an older sibling. Okay? My mama is close in age with me. Not only is she my mother, she's a sister to me. My oldest sister. Okay? When I say this, because she was a child. Having a child. Okay? And a lot of women had their children young. And this is what creates the neglectful thoughts. Because at that age, you have to put yourself last. Okay? You can't think about yourself. All right? You have to think about all of the children. Okay? So when you become neglectful to yourself, you start to will in this neglect energy into your children. Okay? And it's not by intention. It's a default. All right? So I went through a lot with my mother growing up. Okay? While she was still growing up. So I have a lot of high expectations on me. And she didn't know. That was a sign. That was a form of neglect. Putting so much expectations on me. Because I am the oldest. All right? Okay? So yeah, you definitely have to take the time for yourself. And parents have to actually Be the parents to the grandparents. To the grandkids. Let those parents take that time. You don't want these children to grow up with these thoughts of nobody, they have to be all they can be and they have to be the certain standard, or they feel, not loved or, not accepted, okay? And it's because that one parent is trying to do everything on their own to make sure you are getting what you need. But we have to sometimes neglect it. You have to be neglected. Sometimes you are being neglected in that process. And it's not by intention. All right? So we definitely have to will back in this village very strongly. All right? You have to surround yourself with people who are going to understand this type of, knowledge that everybody needs that time to themselves. I be feeling so bad when I walk away from my kids, y'all. I be feeling bad. But it's myself trying to get me to realize, look, you need to pay attention. This is a sign. This is something you need to work on. This is something that you need to reflect on. Okay? So, another sign of an emotional neglect in adults, all right? Yes. Peace, sis. Lord. Y'all, get y'all niece. You don't do that. Don't do that. Yeah. Yeah, you ain't like sis. We still deep diving in, babe. Peace, sis. Okay, the village don't be villaging like it needs to. For real. So when I see these situations with these women out here neglecting their children in the way that they do, where's the village? I be wondering, just like when the girl with her kids died in the car, right? And she tried every resource that she could to try to figure out to get them in a housing situation so they wouldn't be sleeping outside. Where's the family unit at? Okay? Which caused this woman to appropriate this neglect for energy into her children, which caused two of her children to transition, right? Where was the family at? Okay? Back then, I don't care if it was 20 of us motherfuckers in our grandma's house. We all had somewhere to go. All right? It don't matter how many children you have. We not gonna let you sleep outside. Okay? Family could be very neglectful. All right? And some people call it this, I'm trying to preserve my peace. I understand. Okay? Oh, they got too many children. I can't do that. But when something tragically happens, now everybody wants to be around. And that's why I was getting to with her, with the woman that, lost her children in the car. It's like now everybody want to have their neck out. Okay? It took for her to have her children sacrificed. All right? Yep, that's right. Sometimes the village is toxic. All right? Definitely understand being separated from your kids. Oh God. It's hard. It's hard. That is a spiritual war that is ongoing. Okay? Especially with me. I know I can't speak for everybody else. That is one of my main spiritual wars that I go through every year. Okay? Every year. Okay? Because like I said, I have a form of neglect, a perfectionism. That's a form of neglect. Everything has to be perfect for me. All right? But I'm trying my best to get out of there. I'm getting out of it slowly but surely. I'm getting out of it. All right? I try not to allow a lot of things to get under my skin. Because emotionally, I don't want to be feeling that. I don't want to be triggered. Okay? Another story came out that she may have just killed them. Right. Hey. Form of neglect. Okay? Her mother and her are staying in a vehicle. All right? And the mother is 49. So you know she was a young mother as well. All right? All right? Okay, we all was at grandma's house. Ain't nobody sleeping outside. But nowadays, neglect has become this trend. Okay? It's became very normal. And it's really destructive. And it's something that we have to address head on. All right? Don't be coming over here with me when you know I was already struggling. Okay? When something detrimental happened, don't bring your ass around me. If you wasn't there then, you ain't gonna be there then. When it happens. All right? All right? Now, when some of these signs of emotional neglect in adults that we also picked up as children, the family unit. Okay? A lack of positive interactions. Okay? Where we lacked a lot of solutions. And that became the neglect of a rug. The rug of neglect. Okay? The rug of neglect. We start sweeping all of that shit up under there. Okay? Okay? That's where we get that rug from. Sweeping under the rug. We started to sweep all of the neglectful thoughts under this rug. But one thing about thoughts, they don't go nowhere. Okay? They will keep regenerating themselves back over and over. Okay? All right? And you have to be in a mindset. All right? You have to be in a mindset to handle that in a positive, interactive way. Okay? You have to have a solution. All right? You have to have that understanding. All right? You have to reflect on this shit, right? Because you might throw it and put it back in the back of your mind. It's going to come back. Okay? I can understand. Like a lot of these women that's doing this act, I'm pretty sure they've been fighting these thoughts forever. Till they couldn't fight it no more. They didn't have no more fights. And they just started letting that emotion become their reality. Right, cuzzo, overthinking. Right. Hard to understand nobody was there for them babies until the cameras was there. Right. That's true. That's true. That's true. All right? Yeah, we lack of positive interactions. Even with intimacy and closeness in remote relationships, not just romantic. Okay? We lack that. Yeah, the question of, am I good enough? Am I doing it right? Okay? When I be willing in on my son, especially because I want him to have the understanding to understand, to overstand every logic thing in life. All right? So sometimes I can be a little hard on him. All right? But I have to take my time and sit back to listen to him. Okay? Because I'm not one of those parents where you do what I say. I give you, you have a voice to speak your own mind, and I'm going to listen. All right? And that has definitely been a major question in our villages and, you know, our culture. And are we good enough? All right? Because no matter what we do, it seems like we're not. All right? And that can be a disconnect, and that can cause a disconnection within yourself, which will lead you to be neglectful to yourself, which will lead you to be neglectful into experiences. Okay? All right? Go to my next one. I don't know how I got off of here. It should have been still on here. Then there's co-parenting. And co-parenting definitely can... Co-parenting has to be better. All right? It has to be better. Because co-parenting can be very neglectful. You know what I'm saying? You can't just think about yourself when you have children or in just being in this existence period. We can say that overall. You definitely have to think of the overall situation, the experience, okay? All right. All right. I'm gonna come back to that one because that is a solution. I want to get to the meat and bones to this. Okay. Peace, sis. It's pulling up everything else except the one I need. Okay, here we go. All right, they have active neglect and we have passive neglect. Okay? The active is definitely going to be the actions that we're going to pass. All right? Or they can become passive. Okay? The active neglect that we all have endured as children, well, we would be sent to our room for crying or being angry. How many people do that to their children? I do. All right? I do. I do it. I do it. I do it. I do it. You doing all that crying? You being so angry? Go to your goddamn room. I don't want to hear it. But that's a form of a neglect. All right? When we should be allowing these children or anyone to be expressive. Okay? Tell me why you crying. Why are you angry? Okay? What can we do to get the solution? All right? We can't do that. All right? We've been trying to do that. I do it. I do it. Okay? Yeah, we got to know the why nowadays. Let's not just be passive on it. But we actively do this neglect all the time. Okay? We will tell our children, go to your room. You want to cry? You want to be mad? Go to your room. Okay? Instead of understanding why. We're in this age where we are finding ourselves. We have found ourselves. We're understanding ourselves, right? We're knowing what we know better and we're doing better. Okay? But we've all been trained on that. We've all been groomed into that. Yep, both parents have to be on the same page. Remind me to come back to that one. Okay? Let me just finish, because both parents do have to be on the same page. All right? Because if one parent is a solution and one parent is neglectful, oh, that child is very confused. All right? That really harms the child worse than anything. All right? You were, when you're being invalidated, okay, or you're told you're too dramatic, okay? Telling our kids we're too dramatic. A lot of kids, a lot of parents say this shit too. I know I have, okay? I'm willing out all of these neglectful thoughts, okay? I'm facing them head on, okay? As I see them, I can't say that no more. I can't even, no, that ain't a good way to handle that, okay? All right? Or the parents will try to one up with you, okay? They'll try to have one up with you with your own emotions. That's a form of neglect. Okay? Right. Take a breath and step away. Then talk to your child. It's okay to apologize and let them know that you hurt their feelings. Exactly. If you would want your child to do that to you, you definitely you should be able to honor to do that to your own children. Give them that space, give them that grace. All right? You growing, little one. As long as you acknowledge the problem, you definitely going to fix it. Just because you on point. I love your topic tonight. Keep living and learning. You teaching me something tonight. Appreciate that, sis. I'm teaching myself too. This is a diary vlog for me, okay? And it's only right that we speak about it. We kind of sweep this shit under the rug, you know? And it has to be addressed because we're seeing a lot of neglect. And it's crazy because, especially when it's someone of the same shade of you, right? I've seen a lot of neglect in the hood growing up. And the neglect that I seen growing up in the hood was children not being taken care of, parents stoned out, drugged out, alcohol the fuck out, children defending from themselves, have to feed themselves, have to take care of themselves, running out late night, ain't got no structure at all. All right? And it's really becoming more and more of a reality right in our face today. And it's only because it's being televised on social media. All right? So, yeah, we both learning today, sis, okay? I got this light last night because I was in a neglectful thought. And I said, no, hold up, Drake. We got to, let's take a seat back. Okay, what is this coming from? All right? Yeah, these kids are smarter than us. We have to address them on a more of emotional level. Right, and logic. Got to be logic. All right? Also with the, us being in this neglect, the emotional neglect as children. All right? And this is not just the children. Just us parents, them being children, all of us, okay? We have been mocked, okay, or called names. You're being a baby. You being a big baby. I do it. I promise you, y'all, I'm looking at a mirror. I do this shit. I do it. I do it. I do it. You being a baby. And that's being very dismissive to the child's feelings and emotions. Because sometimes you're in that energy where you need to be nurtured. All right? I don't need to be saying you acting like a baby or you're being a big baby. Because that's a sign that this child needs to be nurtured. Okay? Neglectful thoughts or neglect is a sign that something deep tied inside of you, all right, that has to be reflected on. Okay? It's something that you're neglecting internally. All right? Right? Okay? Jelly bags. I remember that. That's some old shit right there, E. All right? Or when the kids try to, I've seen this too. Kids be trying to, be emotionally involved with their parents, or it not only have to be children, or it could be an adult trying to be emotionally involved with a spouse or just a family member trying to go in and give you a hug and then they reject you. All right? Understand when they're rejecting you, it's neglectful, but it's a neglect that they have internally. Okay? Which causes them to be in this neglectful energy, all right? Where they can't accept that level of intimacy or love, okay? Or an affection, okay? Self-love is so... You have to do the work on self-love and the shadow. It has to be done. Okay? All right? Now, they have these passive neglects where your parents never noticed when you were sad or upset. Some parents would ignore that. Okay? Peace. Or you're ignoring your own self. Okay? You neglect yourself. All right? When you try to not acknowledge the negativity in your own space, okay, dealing with self, Okay, you try to be neglectful to this energy of being upset and being sad. So you try to override it with positive. And that's fake as fuck. Okay? And it's not going to last that long. Because that thought is still going to be there. That energy is still going to be there. Okay? Because whatever you try not to notice now will be noticed. It's going to keep coming till you notice it. Okay? All right? Family doesn't speak openly about emotions or feelings. Black households. We were trained, we were groomed, all right, to be passive on our emotions, our feelings, okay? I told y'all with me earlier, if you're just not getting in, the perfectionism for me, okay? Had to dismiss my emotions and my feelings, okay? I always have to be the bigger person, and I always has to be the one that knows better. That's dismissive to my own emotions. And feeding into an image that a family want me to be. All right? Which in the end neglects myself. Okay? And then it starts to take its course inside my reality. Okay? Where I don't want to do nothing. Okay? Also, we wouldn't help, or parents wouldn't help you when you were in trouble. I do this shit, boy, baby. I'm telling you right now, I said that shit. I done told my husband that. And my son get out here in this world and he get doing all that bullshit, that ain't rah-rah. I'm gonna leave his ass where he at. Okay, I said it. But the crazy thing is, anytime if I've ever been in trouble, went to jail, my mama was there. Nah, she didn't neglect me on that, okay? But I was like, shit, mine's gonna have to sit, okay? Pieces, what's good, boo? I say it, I have said it, okay? He gonna sit his ass there. Who gonna burn him out? You made that decision, you made that choice. You did it, you gonna sit in it. Okay? But that is a form of neglect. Okay? It's very passive. Because sometimes when a person gets so deep in trouble, it's most likely it's the perfect opportunity and time that they need, okay, that support. They need a solution. All right? They need some understanding. All right? They need some wisdom. All right? You can't leave them hanging. All right? And even though I said it to my husband and my son, yeah, you're going to be there. But I understanding the neglect, okay, dealing with myself and my thoughts, you know what I'm saying? I can't be that way. I can't be over passive. Okay? All right? When people are in trouble, they need help. When they're doing trouble, they need help. All right? And even though they might have to be set down for a minute, but being there for them and not dismissing their feelings or being very passive about it, okay? And when we're not moving in that energy, it really do helps them. It really do, like I said, if my son were to go to jail, right? And I say, well, you're going to sit there. Okay? Do you think he's gonna come out, what the word do they use in jail when you come out? They say it's a form of, it's not reformation, but it's a word that they use. It starts with an R. It'll come to me. But do you think they're gonna come out that way if they don't have that support? Okay? No. Some of them come out and still do the same shit. Okay? They still come out and carry the same neglectful trends. All right? A lot of times, a lot of parents don't get to know their children. All right? Yeah, they're turning to the monster. You neglect them. Woo! You right. You are right. You right, cuzzo. Because I know I turned into the monster of neglect. Shit. Okay, I know I did. Rehabilitate. Thank you. Right. That's it right there. Thank you, sis. All right. So how you think if they're not going to be able to rehabilitate if they don't have the support? If we become passive, you did it, you're going to do the time. That's neglect. All right. Some people don't learn their lesson until they get in trouble. All right. And sometimes it take them a couple times. But as long as we don't dismiss, all right, or become passive, all right, they will eventually rehabilitate. Okay? But yeah, some parents won't even take the time to get to know their kids. Like a lot of these women that have left their children stranded by themselves in the house, to fend for themselves. You're not even taking the time to get to know yourself. You know why? Because they don't know their damn self. So they're shining the mirror of neglect. All right? So this is why these children, they're in this space. All right? Not taking the time to get to know yourself can be very neglectful. All right? And then when you don't get to know yourself, you're not going to get to know your children. All right? You're only going to know what you give your children. You're not going to know their feelings, their emotions. You're not going to know nothing they got going on because it doesn't matter to you. Okay? And that's because you're become a disconnect to your own self. All right? Which creates this disconnection in your households. All right? Sometimes, we've been left we have been left to manage our own painful feelings, and we shouldn't have to go through the pain, by ourselves. Okay? A lot of parents would have let your children, we've been in it. You're going to go through that pain by yourself. That's what I was just saying about me saying with my son, telling him, when you do that time, you're going to be doing it by yourself because I ain't going to be supported. I'm not getting you. I ain't with you. But that's a form of neglect. You know what I mean? And I don't want to put that on him. All right? And that's something that I was groomed in. All right? Me growing up. Thinking that shit is right, but it's not at all. It's not at all. All right? All right? Also with neglect, okay? Neglect doesn't allow you to see past the pain as well. Okay? When you neglect yourself, or you've, been groomed into this neglectful lifestyle, when you neglect yourself, you can't see past the pain. And when you can't see past the pain, you can't gain a solution. All right? You can't gain a positive impact. All right? You can't gain an understanding or overstanding of overall. You just continue to push the trend. Okay? We continue to push the trend. All right? So a lot of these mothers who is doing all of this energy, I feel sad for them. I feel very bad. Okay? Because I became to understand the neglect dealing with myself. And I don't want that shit to trickle down or be onto my children by making rational decisions at the moment. Okay? No, our babies ain't going in the system. They gonna do better. Okay? We gonna do better. We doing better. And it's a reason why this shit is up front right now on social media is really a major trend that's going on. Every other week you're hearing about somebody neglecting their children. All right? We cannot be neglectful to our feelings. Okay? Get you a circle. All right? Surround yourself with people who have positive interactions, positive solutions, even if you just need to vent. Okay? Because venting goes a long way. Do you know what venting is? Releasing the steam, the pressure, all right, that we all need to let go of. Okay? So we have to do it. You have to get out of the energy of neglecting. I know a lot of people can't understand it. It's because, you know, I know I'm like, I don't know what's up with these new moms. That's what I don't know. But I understand the neglect for them. And that's what the root of it all. All right, I have a very strong mind. Very strong-minded. All right? But I do have some neglect forms too that I'm working on. All right? They might not be major where I'm actually putting it in motion. All right? But I'm reflecting on a lot of it. I love coming live and being able to talk to y'all. That gives me a time to release the pressure. It gives me time to actually be expressive. You know what I'm saying? Especially when we talk about things like this that we need to talk about in the community. It has to be a conversation. All right? We cannot be looking down on people with their situations. You have to understand the neglect. You got to. Because if these people are doing it to someone else, it's because it's the neglect energy they carrying already. All right? And it's not for you to understand. All right? Because we all have our own neglects. But we can realize where it comes from to gain the understanding. Because I know a lot of us wouldn't do a lot of the things that we're seeing on social media. All right? Like let's go back to the woman that children died, which that is really sad that her kids transition like that. All right, there's other things coming up, like, you know, Sis said earlier that I'm aware of too. But just that story itself. All right? I have many forms of stories of neglect that's been coming out weekly, daily. Okay? Just that storyline itself, all right, lets me know the energy behind it, okay? And I'm aware of it. And I have said to myself, I would have did more. I don't want to be judgmental. Okay, that's judgment. Okay, I would have did more. I said it. I would have did more. If I had to stand on the corner, baby, I would have did more. Right? But see, that's my energy. That's how I operate. Some people don't have that mindset. They are really literally doing the best that they can. All right? Because they don't have a positive outlet. All right? And even if you don't have a positive outlet, you can become your own positive outlet. You can create that shit. All right? I know I have. It took time. But I created my own positive outlet. I surrounded myself with people that's positive. All right? I've always wanted to be on the other side of things. Because it didn't always feel right to me growing up. With a lot of these stimulations, okay, and expectations, all right? Now, like I was saying, there are certain forms also. I thought I had this list up here. I think I do. I just have to go through here and find it. But there's a list of emotional or just neglect, okay? And neglect, like I said, one of them is being professional, being in a professionalism. You have to be perfect. OCD, okay, is a form of an emotional neglect. Everything has to be perfect in my eyes. And I promise you, y'all, ooh, it triggers me to see shit out of order. But I'm working through it. Okay? I'm working through it. But OCD is one of many things that we all experience, okay? Which is also a form of emotions dealing with neglect. Everything has to be perfect. Everything has to be in alignment. Let me just read this graph right here that I said I was going to go back to. Okay? All right? The OCD also dealing with the form of neglect because that plays a lot with people neglecting their children. Okay? It plays into all of that. Okay? There's obsessions, unwanted thoughts, and compulsions, which is a realistic behaviors. That is the core issue dealing with OCD, all right? That's going into those neglectful thoughts, okay? The awareness of it, which can be the positive impact, all right, or a positive solution, is recognizing these behaviors as irrational and distressing. That's where I'm at with it right now. Okay, I'm realizing, okay, this is too much. I'm doing too much. Okay? Anxiety can also be played into this neglect. Okay? It is also a part of the OCD, which is also a connection to neglectful thoughts, which can bring upon anxiety. Okay? High anxiety due to intrusive thoughts. Okay? Me. Got to be perfect all the goddamn time. That's very intrusive thoughts. Okay? It brings up so many anxiety. Those who have met me in person when I do we do these meet and greets, I be everywhere, right? I be trying to make sure everybody good, okay? Everybody ate, everybody everybody mingling. That's a lot. And it brings on so much anxiety because I want everything to go perfect. Okay? So I'm starting to learn that it's okay to have these mistakes. It's all right if everything don't go the way it goes. It's supposed to go. I mean, the way we want it to go. It's going to go the way it's supposed to go. All right? Okay? It can be very, the flexibility of this OCD, okay, which is also a connection to neglect. All right? It will cause you to want to stop compulsions, but feel unable to, okay? It can be an impact on your life, all right? Which can be time-consuming rituals interfere with daily lifestyle. Yep. I be trying to have everything mapped out all the fucking time, y'all. That's why sometimes when I plan to go live and I don't go live, I'm getting better to understand it's okay if you can't go, Dree. It's all right. Okay? You have other things. Everything has to be in alignment for me, or everything has to take its course, all right? And it has to have that. It has to be time consuming, all right? All right? They have a thing that's OCPD, which is also still the same thing with OCD, all right? Perfectionism, control, and rigidity. All right? Believes behaviors are correct and justified. How many times we believe that our behaviors and everything is correct and justified by our parents, okay? Okay, that's that. Do what I say. All right? Less anxiety. Okay? You can have less anxiety with the OCPD, but it's more frustration when things are not perfect. Baby, I'm telling you, this shit ain't talking to me. Okay, you want your family to look a certain way. We want our family to be dressed a certain way. We want our families to act a certain way. We want all of this shit for an image. but it's causing you to be neglectful to yourself. Okay? And when we are neglecting ourselves, we're not only being neglectful to yourself, but when you're neglecting yourself in these terms of endearment, okay, it takes a toll on you. All right? It stresses you out. All right? You start to suppress your thoughts. Okay? Right. We become hard on ourselves. Exactly, sis. All right? We can sometimes be rigged and inflexible. All right? And we can see this perfectionism as beneficial at times, but not all the time. Okay? Work focused. We can be focused on our work, but we also will pay the expense of, neglecting our children. A lot of us growing up, our parents had to work a lot of jobs. All right? And it wasn't by intention. Okay? It was a default, all right, of neglect that took place in our community. All right? And a lot of parents are doing this today. All right? They are so focused on their job, their careers, and all of this shit, and don't even realize you're neglecting not only your children or those that you're in a relationship with or have connections to, but you're being neglectful to your own dire needs. All right? You become a robot. Emotionless. Okay? Numb. Okay? That I don't give a damn attitude. All right? Can be very formatted as neglecting self. Okay? Alright. Okay, I was a latchy kid. Okay? Girl, I know. Girl, I'm telling you, I know I was. Okay? I know I was. Big time. Alright? Now, OCD, okay, like I said, it's also an obsessive compulsive disorder, which deals with a form of neglect. It's a mental disorder in which people have unwanted and repeated thoughts, feelings, ideas, sensations, obsessions, and behaviors that drive them to do something over and over again. Yeah. All right. Definitely. Okay? Generational curse, very OCD as fuck. All right? Sweeping shit under the rug, OCD as fuck. Okay? Because OCD doesn't have to be, just, my house got to be clean, okay? Or, everything has to be in order, okay? OCD goes so many ways. Okay? Especially when it deals with your mental. I'm working on the energy. I'm on the energy of working on letting everything go with the flow. Okay? If that's what, I like a lot of things that I want to do. And if I can do it, I'm going to do it. If I can't do it, then I'm in acceptance of I can't do it. Okay? I'm not going to overthink the situation anymore. I'm not going to allow that to be obsessive to my mental. Okay? A lot of women that neglect their children, the ones that we're seeing, these young mothers, they can't go out and have fun like they used to. They can't go out and chill like they used to. All right? So they become obsessed with the idea. And then this idea becomes their reality. Okay? And once it becomes the idea to their reality, this neglect starts to wheel in full circle. Not only into their energy, okay, from their energy, but into their children. Okay? My mom wasn't neglectful. She did have to work, so I was home by myself a lot when she was working. Even though we don't want to look at it like that, sis, it's still a form of neglect. You know what I'm saying? And it's not intentionally. It's a default because a lot of parents do have to do what they got to do, right? But somewhere, some way, it still creates a form of neglect in the mind, okay? And neglect can be a powerful impact, okay? With the understanding, of a powerful, a positive solution, okay, of understanding, right? So you understanding what my mom had to do that is a positive outlet, okay, of understanding, even though it's still a form of neglect. And we're going to go through neglect regardless of however we look at it. We are going to be neglected in one way, a form, or fashion. Solution has to be willed in. Overstanding to understand has to be willed in, okay? We cannot allow that a form of neglect to become an emotional emotional destruction to our mental, okay? So you understanding that neglect creates a positive solution, all right? An outlet, okay? Because like I said, my mama had to work several jobs to make sure she took care of all four of her kids. And it was times that I was at home 9 to 10 years old, and I have to watch my little siblings, okay? I have to feed them, okay? I have to help my mother, but that's a form of neglect, all right? But it also became very positive in my life, okay? It became a positive interaction, okay? Impact. Okay, especially when it comes to dealing with my kids. All right? All right, some people get so caught up in it that they get so caught up in it, it can be very very overwhelming to a child if you don't have the understanding of what is going on. Like, yeah, I'm gonna have to do this for you. I'm gonna have to do this and you're gonna have to be here. But no, we got to do what we got to do, right? And a lot of the mothers that are doing the best they can, like the woman that lost her 2 children, right? Called every outlet, every source that she can call to try to get them somewhere to be in a housing or be put into a place where they can stay and not staying outside, right? All right? And it was a form of neglect, not only towards her children, but even just dealing with herself and dealing with her mother, And some people are not going to see it as neglect because, of course, the stimulation of it all is doing all you can do, right? Doing the best that you can. Sometimes we do have to neglect ourselves to get what we need to get. But don't overthink it. Don't overturn it. Don't forget that you still have to connect back to self. All right? With the overstanding of it all. All right? A lot of these women out here that are, leaving their children like that, are doing it, is like I said, they'll have neglectful souls. All right? They have been neglected. All right? We all been neglected. They have been neglected. Their souls are neglected. Their energy is in neglection. Okay? Hey, mama. What's good, sis? A lot of them got into a space where they didn't care. All right? And when they get in that energy, that becomes very detrimental, not only to oneself, but to those connected to them. See, your mama had to do what she had to do, and she had to play a form of neglect, even though it became a positive outlet for you. Okay? All right? But yeah, we go through neglect. We neglect a lot of thoughts too. We try to push them to the back of our mind, and we gotta address them head on. nowadays. You know, where we at, where you at, where I'm at. We all have to, we have the knowledge and wisdom now to address it head on. All right? When someone is asking for help or when somebody need help, all right, we have to take that time. All right? We have gotten so far away from the village. All right? We leaving everybody defending from themselves. Yeah, it is a self journey, but it doesn't mean I walk this motherfucker on my own. All right? I had to go through so many connections with other people to get through this walk of self journey. Okay? Fact, she supported me, but at the same time, she had to do what she had to do. Right? She had to do what she had to do. She had to make it work. All right? And she did the best she could. All right? And having that, just that little bit of understanding goes a long way. But it's a lot of parents that don't know how to articulate that. They will dismiss their feelings and their children's feelings, which becomes the neglectful thoughts that we suppress. And it plays out really heavy. It plays out really heavy. All right? All right? But yeah, y'all, I really wanted to dive in with y'all today because that was on my heart. Because I was in a space last night and I was like, yo, what better way? Because I mean, if I'm going through something, it's very positive to speak about it because you never know who have these thoughts. And I know all of us have these thoughts. I know a lot of parents have these thoughts of wanting to walk away from their kids or giving up. All right? And it's becoming a trend where a lot of parents are doing it. All right? And it's because they don't have the mental capacity or what I want to say. I didn't want to say the mental capacity or the strength, okay? Or that strong mental, all right? To override those thoughts with reflections, okay? All right? So I felt like, you know, it was something that in this time we need to talk about because it's becoming more and more and more put on front streets on social media. It's becoming to be an everyday thing, like it's the freaking norm. All right? Neglectful thoughts are normal. But they don't have to be your actions. Okay? Anytime you are in a neglectful thought, all right, or you're having these thoughts of wanting to give up, don't want to move on, want to leave, all right? I can't do it no more. Those shits, okay? I wish I didn't have no kids, okay? Because I know a lot of mothers don't say it, okay? I don't say it. God damn, if I knew, boy, I probably wouldn't. I've said it. But I'm also understanding myself. Through this whole process, me having kids have changed my whole lifestyle, my whole mental, which is supposed to. Okay? But I know a lot of times we go through these thoughts. These neglectful thoughts of not wanting to, or I fuck it. You know what I'm saying? But when you're having these thoughts, these are signs that it is something inside of you that you need to reflect on, baby. All right? And we can, you know, that you have to reflect on. And it's sad that a lot of children is in this crossfire of these thoughts. All right? We getting rid of the old ways. We got to train neglectful thoughts to be positive impacts. All right? Neglect can definitely be a sacrifice. All right? All right? But don't let it be detrimental to your sacrifice. Don't let it be detrimental to your life. All right? So that's what I got, y'all. I had to come spit some real tea with you. Let's spit out that unsweetened shit right there. Understand the neglect. Sign. Okay? A sign that we got to know better to do better. A sign that we got to reflect. All right? A sign that we need to take time for ourselves. All right? To recreate or regenerate. All right? Or retrain your thoughts to something else. All right? And one thing for sure, these kids didn't ask to be here. They did not. Okay? We didn't ask to be here. Okay? So yeah, we got to change the narrative on that. All right? We got to change the narrative. You need a big podcast. Okay, I tried the podcast. I'm trying to get everything set up for YouTube. That's we finna go up, baby. Okay? Camera is already in eye. Okay, it's right there, baby. And things that I have to do with my eye, my laptop. So we definitely breaking generational curses. Okay, okay. We definitely gonna break these generational curses. I came in this motherfucker to break it. All right. You better tell. Well, I'm telling you, I came in here to break it. All right, my family will tell you I was that child. I wasn't going for it. I wasn't. Okay? And these children today ain't going for it either. All right? But you don't want them to be neglectful to their own selves. All right? We don't want that. All right? I tried to do a poll, y'all, before I get off of here. And you know, I feel like, you know, we've been doing this for a while, and I call y'all to all, I call your family. I'm still gonna say that. But I definitely want to have a little trending little name for us, okay? And we had 2 names at the bottom there with the poll, but of course it's over with. So if you want to put it in the chat, and I check that and I tally that up. But I came up with a thing where, you know, do we want to be called the glitch gang? Because, you know, we coming in here glitching the shit up, okay? We taking it on out, okay? We getting rid of a lot of, we the glitch in this bitch, okay? Or do you want to be, or do you think we should call ourselves the seers, okay? Because we see all, know all right? So whatever name y'all want, or whatever you feel like is right, and if you got the time to put it in the chat, go ahead, I'm going to get that, and that's what I'm going to be calling y'all, okay? You know, everybody has their own thing, and I feel like, yo, you know what I mean? Y'all, we gang over here. Y'all my peeps, I love y'all to death. You know what I mean? So, yeah, if y'all want to, you know, take the time to do that, or, you know, just whatever. Or I might have to do a pool or something. Okay, or if you come up with another name, we can do a pool the next time. And whatever we pull out, that's what we gonna be ganging on. But yeah, y'all, I'm gonna leave y'all with this though. I'm gonna leave this with y'all, right? Oh, hold up, it was yeah. I'm gonna leave this with y'all, okay? Oh, look, I was just about to say that, Meat, okay, Glitch Gang. Meat talking about my vote is still Seers of the Glitch, okay? Seers of the Glitch, okay, and that's another one too, y'all. That's another one too. We can be called Seers of the Glitch. We can put it together, baby. Shit, we might have to do that. Seers of the Glitch. Just put it together. We ain't even gotta pick between the two. If y'all like that, we can go with that. You know what I mean? We still gang over here. All right, because we came in here to shake this shit up. We are the change. All right? We gonna make it change. We cutting all of that shit out. All right? So if y'all like the Seers of the Glitch too, hey, we got both words in that. And that right there, powerful right there, Meek. All right? But, you know, it's whatever y'all want to do. I'm cool with it. But I'm gonna leave y'all with this. Anytime you see anybody And when we see these women, and you know, it can be fathers too, because fathers can be neglectful as well. It ain't just mothers. It's a lot of fathers out here being neglectful to their kids. You know, they living their life. They doing their big ones. All right? And you're neglecting children that you appropriated into this existence. And it's because you're neglected. You're a neglect. All right? A walking neglect. All right? All right? So, you know, anytime you see anybody put it together, okay, we can put it together. We can put it together. If y'all want to put it together, just put a 1 in the chat before I end this. Y'all want to put it together for the seers of the glitch? Put it together. If you want me to put it together, put a 1 in the chat, and we just gonna go with that. We ain't even gotta pick between the two. Alright? But anytime you see these forms of neglect, just know that this person, that person, or that energy, that being, alright, is in, I ain't gonna say in the energy, I don't wanna say this. Anytime you see this form of neglect, just know it's a sign, okay? Just know it's a sign. It's a signal, alright? Something that has to be addressed and has to be faced head on. Something that has to be worked on, okay? Like it's shadow work, self-love, all right? Or just understanding oneself, okay? Anytime you see it, just know it's a sign, okay? It's a signal to the core of self that is something internally inside of you that has to be addressed. It has to be reflected. It has to be expressed. Okay? Alright? Okay, so we going with this. We going with the seers of the glitch. We going with the seers of the glitch. Okay? I'm with that. I'm finna have some merch and all with it, baby. Yeah, I think that has a nice ring to it, sis. That got a nice ring to it. I like that. Seers of the glitch. So what I'm gonna call y'all? SG gang for short. SG gang for short. Okay. But yeah, y'all. I'm gonna get up out of here. I just wanted to come and talk. Like I said, it was much needed. I felt like it was on my heart to address this because we've all went through some formation of neglect. A lot of people don't know how to handle it, and it becomes the norm in our reality. It's became the norm of the reality, but it's only right now in the front row of our visionary or our visions right now of our experiences or our existence is because it's something that we have to address. It's something we have to reflect on internally within ourselves. All right? You see someone being neglectful, the best thing you can do is be a positive outlet. You can be a positive impact. All right? Even if you're giving them the words of wisdom and understanding, because understanding go a long way. All right? And come with the breakdown with the seer of the glitch. Means that's going to be dope. Okay, yeah, have a little meaning up under it. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna come up with it. Like I said earlier, the see all know all. Okay, the see all to the change. Oh, I'm finna come with something. You know I'm about to come with something, sis. I'm gonna get it together. I'm gonna get it together. You know I'm finna get it together. Thanks, sis. I like, and yes, I like the SG gang. Gang. We are the beginning, the change. Ooh, yes, we is. You are more than welcome to, sis. All y'all, thank you. You needed this. I did too, sis. Thank you for being here with me. I appreciate all y'all for joining the live. Okay, seeing through the illusion. Man, y'all know I'm gonna come through these comments and I'm putting some shit together. Okay, so we already all accomplished. We are the seers of the glitch, baby. Okay? All right? And we are definitely coming here to bring the change. All right? We seeing through the illusion of it all. All right? And we breaking generational curses one strand at a motherfucking time. All right? But I love y'all. All right? Look at Mika still going. Live in the mail, baby. Okay? You giving me the ideas. Keep reeling them in because you know I'm going to come back and watch this live anyway. But yeah, y'all. I'm going to get up out of here. I'll talk to y'all probably tomorrow because I got another live that I worked on. And I'm going to come back tomorrow night, you know? And I'm going to chop it up with y'all. As always, love, peace, and oneness. See y'all on the next one. Peace.